and I like it.
Can I tell you something about something that happened to me the other day?
Yes.
I was in a Starbucks, and I made a phone call right before I went in, and I asked Robert if he wanted something.
It was nice of you.
And he asked me to. He was like, "Yeah, ask for a night latte." And I was like, "A what?" And he said, "A night latte." I was like, "Night, like evening night,
Is this like
NIGHT."
some sort of, like, secret code that.
He's like, "Yeah, just ask for it." And I was like, "What is it?" He goes, "Just ask for it." And I was like, "All right, fine." So already I'm like a little iffy, and I go in.
Suspect.
I go in and I get up and I order my fucking superfruit drink.
What is that? What is that drink?
It's just
say the drink for my father's sake.
No, it's not that drink. I don't get that drink anymore. The drink he's referring to is a 24-ounce white chocolate dream blended with soy and an ad shot with no whip and no fudge swirls. Sorry, what was that? I said
you didn't hear me, jerk. I ordered it clearly.
Like, I've dialed 9 and I've dialed 1. I'm going to order this one more time, and the other one is getting pressed. I want a 24-ounce soy white chocolate dream blended with an ad shot with no whip and no fudge swirls. Do you think you can do that? So that's the drink that he's referring to.
This is a silk ascot jerk.
So that's my drink that I used to order. So I just go and order my normal soy vanilla latte, and I was like, and then also I need a grande. I'll just say a grande night latte. And the guy's like, night latte? Like, I don't know what that is. He's like, what is that, decaf? And I said, I don't know. I was just told to ask for it. He's like, well, I don't know what that is. And I said, well, then don't worry about it. Just give me a regular latte. He's like, no. And he like turns and he yells at the other barista. Is that how you pronounce that?
You still say that shit?
And he's like, hey, Steve, Steve, this guy's asking for a night latte. Steve turns around. He said, I've been working at Starbucks 5 years. I've never heard of a night latte. And all of a sudden, every customer in the place has come to a complete halt. And I look around and I realize what has happened to me is that I've been put in a situation where somebody's asked me to do something for their own entertainment. So when I go back, I get to tell them what happened when I asked for a night latte. So meanwhile, I'm just trying to make it die. And I'm like, no, don't worry about it. Just a regular latte. And he's like, well, don't you have a cell phone? He's like, just call your friend. And I was like, no, it's cool. Just a regular latte. And then Steve, the guy who's been working there for 5 years, he turns around and he goes, listen, man, like, if you find out what that is, like, you tell me. And I look at him, and he has horrific eczema on his arms.
It happens.
Really terrible.
Take Propecia.
Very, 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 very bad eczema.
What's that, Elidel?
And upon seeing the eczema, I realize that I have seen this gentleman at another Starbucks before. And I immediately, without thinking, go, hey, man, wait a second. I know you. You work at another Starbucks that I go to. And at that point, he looks at me, and I look at him, and I have no recollection of what Starbucks I'm referring to. And I am right. But it's almost simultaneously I realize, and he realizes, that the only reason I remember him, of course, is because he has horrific eczema
because
on his
of the
arms.
flakes he got.
Because other than that, he's just a nondescript Asian gentleman. Fuck. People are going to know who he is now.
Yeah, that's really great. This guy's trying to just get his way through fucking school at UCLA.
Well, then he should wear long sleeves when he's making my latte, because I can't help but think about the extra, oh, that's just vanilla powder. Like, no, it's not,
It's
dude.
just powder, dude. Eat it. H5N1. Sprinkle it.
So, it just sucked. Like, is this a stupid story? Have I just wasted a bunch of time telling this story?
You just outed a man.
Fuck, dude, I feel really bad. But it was terrible because I did remember him, but I remembered him because of an attribute that is probably not a favorable one. I just felt bad. But also because there had been so much hullabaloo about the night latte. And so anyway, I get back, and he was like, did you ask for the night latte? And I was like, yeah, I did. And he goes, what happened? And I told the same gay story I just told right now. So fuck off.
Now I'm going to tell it in Spanish for our Spanish listeners. I think you should bring him some Elidel. Is that what people take for
I have no idea.